Hey guys, we're gonna have a little bit of a more serious talk today. I've been getting a lot of people who feel really guilty and they're overgiving as a result of that. Wait, what was that? Something about, I don't know. It'll come back to me. Anyway, guilt. Guilt. Okay. I wanted to use like an analogy of what to do with feelings of guilt. Okay. Because a lot of twin flames feel guilty, okay? They feel guilty during the separation period. They feel guilty for how they've treated each other. They feel guilty for telling each other that the other one's a twin, that they're twin flames too soon and made them scared. Then the other one feels guilty for ghosting, and then they feel it's just like everybody's feeling really bad. So guilt does nobody any good, tell you guys, because okay, so here's what you do with guilt. You either take intuitive action as you're prompted to rectify this situation. That means that you feel like an intuitive tug on your heart to do something, like to make a phone call. Or, let's use the example of, say you stole from a little old guy. Okay, so you steal from this little old guy, say he had a little army man trophy or something. I don't know why I'm saying this. Okay, just bear with me. It's gold, right? So this little gold army man, he's like this little cute little old man's walking to his car, and you see that, and you just can't resist, and you grab it and you run, right? Okay. So yeah, you're gonna feel guilty for doing that. So if you're a good-hearted person anyway, and all twin flames are at their core. Not false twin flames. That's how you know the difference. So basically, oh yeah, okay, here's what they were just reminding me of. This also kind of ties into letting go of your person as well. And I'll see how in a minute. Okay. So you steal something from this little old guy, but does it do you any good to then avoid little trophy men for the rest of your life because of what you did? Or does it do you any good to stay away from gold, anything gold? Are you going to look at everything gold that you see and be afraid of it from then on out? Are you going to avoid gold everywhere? Are you going to avoid old men? Are you going to be nervous and scared around old men? You know, what are you going to let the guilt do to you? Basically, is what I'm asking. Do you tell yourself you're now unworthy of leaving your home and you can't stand the chance that there could ever be another old man out there with a little army trophy thing? You know, this is the stories we do. This is the stories we make up in our heads, and in the way that we punish ourselves in a very silly way. And I'm saying that because it doesn't matter what you've done. You could be Pontius Pilate, you could be Hitler, you could be anybody who's done the worst of anything out there. You're still deserving of love. And it's really funny to say the word deserving even, because it's like, all right, what do you want to see more of in this world? Love, hate, anger, vengeance. You know, so deserving just means that everybody has the capability to bring more love to the planet, even those, and especially those who've done bad things. Okay. So if you've stolen from this little old man and you got this trophy, you do have the opportunity to look up his information and find him and go to his door and bring him a cake or a dinner, bring him his trophy back and apologize and ask if he has any friends in need that you might be able to help out to, you know, maybe ask him, how can I make it up to you? Can I do some yard work for you for a while? You know, they do this in Alcoholics Anonymous and stuff. But like, go make amends with anybody that you feel guilty about, but don't overdo it is the key. That's where the line is. It's like you have to have enough self-love to be loving to this person and rectify the situation, and then be loving to this person. But this person, you shouldn't let manipulate you. So you don't go to the old man and the old man sits there and goes, well, No, the yard work's not enough. I want you to polish my shoes. I want you to give me $1 million. In fact, I think you owe me the whole world. I want your unborn child to be named after me. I want to curse your family for the rest of its existence for you stealing my trophy. Why would you give your power away to that dude if he's acting like that? It's like, what? Really? You guys are in those situations. I'm hearing about it. Like some girl blackmails you for like tons of money, or you feel you have to buy her off to get her out of your life. You know, you do have the police. You do have the authorities, and they'll back you up. You just tell them, I cannot get this crazy woman out of my life, and she's threatening suicide. Please do something with her. That's what they're there for. They'll take her away. They'll take her to the loony bin, and it's not your responsibility to deal with that kind of nonsense. Some woman tries to, or man, well, mostly it's usually women, but I've heard of men doing it too. They're going to sit there and camp in your home and mooch off of you and drink all your alcohol, asking you to buy more because you ran out, you know, eating all your chips and sitting there on the couch, getting crumbs all over your nice furniture, you know, or that girl who just like, she acted like she was going to give you sex and she didn't. And she just used you like a sugar daddy and spit you out, and you're scared of her. And you're like, oh, maybe if I give her some money, she'll go away quietly. Let her go away screaming and kicking. What was she thinking in the first place, going after some sugar daddy? Don't let people have power over you like that. Do not let people threaten you. Whatever they're going to do to you, accept the consequences, because you were dumb enough to get yourself in this situation, right? If you're dumb enough to get yourself in a situation and not be wise, take the consequences, period. If that person you had an affair with is going to tell your wife, so be it. And that's probably not the best marriage in the first place if you're having an affair. I'm just saying. There's nothing to ever feel guilty about. Just take right action. Do something about it. Do something reasonable. Do not do something over the top. Do not give your power away, because you need to love yourself too. You need to find that balance. And that's the thing that I was going to say about letting go of the twin flames, right? So many feminines like will sacrifice everything for their twin flame. It's fine, you know, because somebody made a comment yesterday saying something to the effect of, oh, do you have to completely let go of your twin flame in order for them to come? Well, the only thing is, no, not necessarily. But here's the thing. All right, so let's say you figure out who your twin flame is and you have complete faith that that's your counterpart, and that's it, period. And then you just don't even care about it. You're just like, well, I know that person and I will be together someday. And you just have complete faith and you live your life and you go be completely successful and independent and empowered and freaking awesome. And you start soaring in your life and do all this incredible stuff. Just not even worrying about a guy because you already have him. You already know he's coming. So who cares? He's coming whenever he comes, whenever he's supposed to. So I'm just going to let it go and just let it be. If you have that attitude, no, you're not going to have to let him go. You know, you're bringing it in through the law of attraction, him or somebody better, you know, but if you are pining away, like most of these feminines, and this is men and women, it's not a sex thing, not a gender thing. If you're pining away, then you have this energy of waiting, an energy of like, if only I had that end result, then I would be happy. That's going to be a codependent energy, and that's going to block you. And I know we get to missing them. You're going to experience the missing, and you're going to, you're going to have your lows. You're going to have days when you're depressed. I'm not saying like be in la la land all the time. But when you catch yourself in those lows, or you catch yourself feeling discouraged about it, lift yourself up, get yourself out of it. Don't make yourself dependent on that person doing something like calling you or reaching out to you or answering your phone call or answering your text in order to feel okay. Don't sacrifice yourself ever for anybody else's happiness. And you are your best ally. Your mind is your very greatest asset, because you can either like and believe only positive stories about your person. I don't care what they're doing. Don't make up negative stories about why they're doing it. Just don't do that to yourself. Be supportive and loving of yourself. So overgiving in that way can be really bad too. And that's why you have to let go. And here's about letting go. Somebody asked me to do a talk on letting go. I think this is just going to be a combo, because, it all kind of goes together. So letting go, there's an energy to letting go. There's an energy of surrender to it. I'm not talking about giving up and being an Eeyore and climbing under a depressed rock and being like, I'm never going to find anyone. It's more like trusting the universe, trusting God, trusting whoever, another higher power, trusting yourself, trusting your own manifestation abilities, whatever you want to trust that you are going to, the law of attraction exists whether you believe it or not, just as much as the law of gravity. So know that if you're staying in a high vibration, and but what I mean by that is we all get down, we all stumble, we all have stuff, but we learn tools. If we're wanting to develop, we learn tools on how to get ourselves out of worry, out of doubt, out of those frightening thoughts, those things that suck us down and make us feel like life is about to take a terrible, terrible turn. You got to get on top of those types of thoughts, or even train your brain like I have for a number of years, to where you don't even, if they come, they just bounce right off. They don't last longer than maybe an hour. And an hour would be a long time. So, you've got to train your brain sometimes. And I have some great resources at amysatori.com/resources, or just click on the resources tab. And I've got all kinds of videos and incredible information in there that can be helpful. Also, I have a couple of blog posts, support for the divine masculine and support for the divine feminine, that also has some really great resources. But learn to rise above your circumstances and give it to God, or give it to the universe, or give it to whatever, and just let it go. Because, some people are like, well, but I'll lose him if I do that, right? One time I thought that. I thought, okay, I'm going to do a guided meditation on letting go, just because I felt like I was being too clingy of someone, right? So I did the meditation, but I was very, very scared. I was like, I'm only going to partially let go. Just a little bit. I'm just going to let go a little bit. I was really going into it thinking I'm just going to just let a little bit go, and then we'll see what happens. And in the exercise, it felt so good to just completely let it go that I just went ahead and went there. I was like, I'm just going to let the whole thing go. Like, it's never going to happen. Like, not in a discouraged way, but just like, I don't care if it does. Like, okay, sayonara, have a good life, And it felt so good. And then afterwards, I was like, wow, that's like really liberating. And all of a sudden, you could see the truth for what it is. Sometimes, okay, so there was one time also, I came to a point with my own twin flame where I started, I was just like, oh, he doesn't like me. He really doesn't. This is unrequited love. I can't believe that, that I've been holding out for this. This is ridiculous. He would never like me. He would never something. And then I went with it. I was like rolling with it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is ridiculous for me to believe in this. This is totally unrequited love. Like, this is like, oh my gosh, I'm being so silly to think that any of this would work. And I started going, wow. And it like hit me like a freight train. I was like, all right. So sometimes you really got to go to that place of your ultimate fear. And I was just like, yeah, that was hilarious to ever think that he would like me, or, whatever it is, because we all go through those moments. And I was just like, I just started laughing and laughing and laughing how ridiculous the whole thing was. And I was like crying. I was laughing so hard, going, this whole twin flame thing was so stupid. Oh, ha, ha, and then I let go. And I was like, yeah, it's never going to happen. What was I thinking? And then as soon as that happened, this like flood of like compassion came in from the universe. And it was like, I started to see the truth for what it was. And that like this, I don't know how to explain it, but this peace came upon me. And all of that angst about does he not like me, all of that stuff. Now, obviously, this was way at the beginning. All of that angst just disappeared. And then there was the truth. There wasn't any more of that tug of war within me trying to control it, trying to make it something it wasn't, or there wasn't any more trying. There was just this acceptance that happened. And then I went, oh my God, he really loves me. I like felt the truth of that. He's just really scared. So it always helps to let go. It never hurts, ever. It's like the love comes back times 100 when you completely just let it go and just let it be what it is. And if not him, then somebody better, somebody more incredible, somebody more mature, somebody more ready. But either way, holding on to something, and I've seen a lot of feminines that are still holding on. They're like, I know he's my one and I will not let that go and I will struggle to the end. And it's like, I've watched them have to, like a raccoon reaching into a jar, finds a gem, and then he holds on and he can't get his little paw out of the narrow opening of the jar. And they would die like holding on to that treasure. And it's like these feminines I've found start getting options when they open their hand. I mean, drop it. Drop the hidden treasure. Just drop it and walk away. And then all of a sudden this genie pops out of that jar and is like, what do you want? Whatever you wish is my command. And you start getting all these incredible offers from all these incredible guys. Or your twin flame like comes back like Superman. So am I saying y'all have to give up in order to have him come? Not really, because there's so many different ways of having anything happen. But if you're pining or you're stuck or you're stubborn or you're controlling, guess what your twin is? Stubborn, stuck, and controlling. Anyway, I hope this helps address some of these things that you guys have been wanting me to talk about. And if there's anything else you want me to address or expand on in regards to this subject, please comment below and I will be happy to do another video for you guys. Very much care about you guys. And if you want a personal reading, you can go to amysatori.com. I've got lots of different cost points and different options for you guys, depending on what you need and want. And I would definitely love to explore that with you further, more personally, one-on-one. So just let me know. And yeah, so you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.